Okay, countdown.
3, 2, 1.
We welcome you back to the 37th episode, correct me if I'm wrong, on the, of the King Bird podcast.
Welcome.
And it's been quite a while. और आप में से बहुत लोगों ने ये इसरार किया कि हम वापस आए.
Yeah.
You have brought us out of our retirement slash capitalist jobs.
I had people begging me on their knees to return.
Yes.
They were willing to do a lot more.
But more than the people on the knees and the other people begging us to come back, the one person that has really forced us to come back is someone called Shamar Joseph, who was a security guard 6 months ago in one of the islands of the Caribbean. And 6 months later, he breached the fortress at the Gabba. For those of you who don't know, Gabba is the Brisbane cricket ground in Australia, and Australia has only lost 10 times in the past 91 years. The first team to beat them was England in 1933, and before West Indies did it again in 2024, previously India did it and broke a 21-year-old unbeaten streak.
Yes.
For this youngster to take 7 wickets, to score 57 runs, 13 wickets in the series, to be the player of the match and the player of the series, and make West Indies win after 27 long years is nothing short of a very convincing argument to bring us back from retirement.
My only question is, who the fuck is Rodney Hogg?
Rodney Hogg कौन है
Racist man.
और उसने क्या बातें की हैं?
So I'm gonna put my Sherlock cap on here. So the math I've done, I found out that West Indies usually wins when there's some racist remark made towards them. And you remember this when Australia or someone, I think it was India, when they were playing the World Cup.
Tony Craig ने कहा था.
Tony Craig. Yeah, that was a really old one. But then when they won the T20 World Cup.
अच्छा.
Even then.
उस पे किसने कहा था?
Shane Warne.
Shane Warne ने.
He's always been at. Well, Nolan Samuels के खिलाफ था, and then Samuels is the one who won the match. So. Not saying it's racist, but it's a white man talking about a black man's ability to play. So,
I think this is 1970s जब वेस्ट इंडीज आ रही थी टू गो ऑस्ट्रेलिया, तो टोनी क्रेग ने कहा था या इंग्लैंड, तो टोनी क्रेग ने कहा था कि वी विल मेक देम ग्रॉवल, और उसके ऊपर फिर विल रिचर्ड्स ने व्हेन दे वन द सीरीज he said they said that they will make us grovel. Well, who's groveling now?
And then Tony Craig went on to become a world famous commentator.
And William Richards and his team went on to become the greatest team of all time. But what do you think about the match?
I mean, even in the first match, I think we saw that brilliance. We saw those sparks and those moments from West Indies, especially in the fast bowling early on. Australia को एक दो बार हिलाया था थोड़ा. I think the second match it was insane. I think getting 311 in the first inning. And then I think here we also saw Australia, that arrogance come out. Fourth test win in the last, 1 month, we were test champions. Test champions and well, 289 for 9 they declared.
Yeah.
Maybe they wouldn't have been able to add a lot of runs, but maybe they would have. But I think at the end, I think the Shamar Joseph 7 for what? 68. Insane. It was absolutely insane. Just तरह की इनकी top पे bowling रही, I think they've just shown the world how they still have that, and if it was for a better system, perhaps तो West Indies will be दुनिया की top team होती.
और just I think कि हमने थोड़ी सी गलती अपनी सीरीज में की थी ऑस्ट्रेलिया के साथ कि we were not disciplined enough. To go the right lengths, to be able to dare to take some wickets. We also just did not have that pace. It's as simple as that कि अगर Travis Head वाला Yorker है, अगर वो 130 पे आ रहा होता तो I'm very sure he'd be able to dig it out. लेकिन अब अगर वही 143, 144 पे आ रहा है और आपको पहली बॉल को फेस करनी पड़ रही है, तो obviously that makes a hell lot of a difference. Alzari Joseph is worth a mention here. Because he was Shamar Joseph's bowling partner, and he was also spearheading the fast bowling department. He didn't get a lot of wickets, but he was bowling beautifully. And he was bowling fast, and once again, he was bowling nasty. The bouncers were there, there was that intimidation. और जो आपको पगली क्रिकेट देखने को मिली है
बिल्कुल
वो वेस्ट इंडीज से मिली है
और मैं यहाँ यही मेंशन करना चाहूंगा कि हमारी सीरीज के बाद एक कंप्लेंट फैंस की तरफ से आई थी कि 140 में क्यों नहीं जा रही स्पेशली ने कहा था कि नहीं हम भी सरप्राइज थे कि उन्होंने स्पीडोमीटर के साथ कुछ गेम तो नहीं की हुई यहाँ तो खैर बिल्कुल गेम नहीं लग रही थी आई थिंक मे बी वी जस्ट डिड बोल स्लो एंड
और ऑनेस्टली उस बंदे का पाँव टूटा हुआ था I was at the stadium. I didn't know I was playing today's match. And when I was told by Craig Brathwaite, I had left my kit at the hotel.
And they had to go get it.
So I asked someone to go and get the kit.
Yeah.
And to go on and do that, and he was like, I will not let off until I bowl all of them out.
And one big other question: Kima Roach is still playing. I feel like Kima Roach has been playing for as long as I've lived at this point. He has been there for forever.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember 2011 ka ODI World Cup tha, and he was already like a player, like a big player at that time. And he just hasn't stopped since then.
Yeah.
So he got some very valuable wickets. He's still quick. He's still. I think again. I don't want to get into the genetic argument here, but like I think they have that ability. The culture.
It's also just the culture.
They're so fucking fit. They're so fierce.
बल्कि ये तो फाइन बैबलॉन के लिए वो बात है. इट्स आल्सो द एनवायरनमेंट लाइक दैट यू प्ले लाइक अगर आप रेत पे खेल रहे हो तो आपको जितनी जोर की बॉल मारनी है उसको बाउंस करने के लिए ऑब्वियसली यू नीड टू डेवलप दैट मसल एंड यू नीड टू डेवलप दैट स्ट्रेंथ. लेकिन ये बात भी सच है कि बहुत ऐसे वेस्ट इंडीज के पास उस तरह की बॉलिंग पावर्स नहीं आई कोर्टनी वॉल्श और कर्टली एम्ब्रोज के बाद. एक आधा कीमा रोज को शायद कह सकते हैं.
Holder was really good.
Holder was good और बीच में वो आया था कॉट्रेल आया था थोड़ी देर के लिए. बट टू हैव अ बॉलिंग अटैक आई थिंक ये पहली दफा मुझे नजर आ रहा है कि राइस जोसेफ भी आके मुश्किल लाइक ही वाजंट इजी टू प्ले एंड मे बी दे वर ट्राइंग टू सी हिम ऑफ और वो शमार से आउट हो गए. कभी कभार ये भी होता है कि अच्छे बॉलर्स को नहीं मिलते बिकॉज एवरीवन सो फोकस्ड बट दे रियली गिव Australia a tough time, and maybe those 8 runs at the end caused them. शायद थोड़ा ज़्यादा अगर ऑस्ट्रेलिया बना जाती अपनी इनिंग में तो maybe they'd have a bigger lead or something.
I do want to again put on my Sherlock cap here because over last weekend I watched the fire in
Babylon.
No, well, that's another movie, but I didn't watch that. I watched a series made by Star Sony Live on the India tour to Australia 2021 वाला 4 parts. हर match test match के ऊपर एक उन्होंने की थी. And again, I will draw that parallel because वहाँ भी India broke the Gabba streak जिस वक्त और उस वक्त बड़ा मशहूर हुआ था कि Gabba का घमंड तोड़ दिया. और funnily enough we talked about racism and like such comments. हमें याद होगा उस वक्त was feeling Siraj was feeling towards fine leg and he got like a load of racist comments from the crowd and then they won the series.
और उसमें तो कोई भी नहीं खेल रहा था. मैंने 17 लोग इंजर्ड थे.
17 लोग इंजर्ड. इंडिया ने अपने आई थिंक मोहल्ले में से कोई उठा के किसी मोहल्ले में जरूर टीम बना दी थी.
लाइक सी या डी टीम थी ऑस्ट्रेलिया की वो इंडिया की सॉरी ऑस्ट्रेलिया की भी लग रहा था मुझे.
They had David Wood at start.
But again, fast bowling wins you matches. Bowling wins you matches even if you have a great spinner. So you have to take those 20 wickets, and West Indies were after those 20 wickets. I don't feel like we were though. If we take the conversation back to Pakistan.
But also this is the best we've done.
That is also
Australia.
I mean, in some
pushing them close. This is the closest we've done.
I think we did a decent job. मुझे Hobart याद आ जाता है 1999. We got very close and then just some amazing knocks and by Gilly more specifically. And they ended up winning the match. और ऑस्ट्रेलिया यही होता है कि आप उनको आखिरी मोमेंट तक राइट ऑफ नहीं कर सकते. And if you have to finish the job, then you really have to go the extra mile, put in that effort. There's a reason why they lose only once in a decade. on this fucking pitch. और इवन इन देयर होम ग्राउंड आई मीन बहुत बड़ी बात है ऑस्ट्रेलिया को ऑस्ट्रेलिया में आना, और ये हमेशा से है, यानी कि इमरान खान के जमाने से, या उसको नाम नहीं दे सकते शायद हम उसका, नाम भी दिया है के जमाने से जो है वो इमरान खान के 2-3 ख्वाब थे, उनमें से एक तो वर्ल्ड कप था, और जो टेस्ट गोल्स थे उसके वो था वेस्ट इंडीज को वेस्ट इंडीज में हराना, ऑस्ट्रेलिया को ऑस्ट्रेलिया में हराना, और इंडिया को इंडिया में हराना।
दो हो गए थे पूरे।
ऑस्ट्रेलिया हरा दिया था उसने, नहीं हरा सका था वो, वेस्ट इंडीज को नहीं हरा सका था, लेकिन सीरीज बराबर हो गई थी, और बहुत डूबियस किस्म की अंपायरिंग हुई थी उसके अंदर, एलबीडब्ल्यूज वगैरह। बट या आई मीन ऑस्ट्रेलिया इज नेवरदलेस probably the greatest test team that we have seen in recent times.
कंसिस्टेंट तो सबसे वही है,
कंसिस्टेंट सबसे ज्यादा, उनके बॉलर सबसे ज्यादा कंसिस्टेंट है, फिटनेस इश्यूज उनके बहुत ज्यादा नहीं है, as a unit they're very fit, especially the fast bowlers. I mean,
as a country they're really fit.
I agree. Well, again, it's their culture. The Anzac spirit showing up.
Yeah.
हमने अच्छा खेला, हमने एक काफी relatively newer bowling lineup से we gave them a tough time, especially after we understood the lengths and then we mastered those lengths. Arham Jamal produced some beautiful spells that will be remembered for a long time. But once again, we just did not have enough to. We bowled them out. There is no doubt about it. Haraya हमने उनको bowl out किया था. But again, our batting collapsed, which is very shameful given कि हमारी batting बहुत ज़्यादा experience थी. Even इमाम जैसे शख्स से आप एक्सपेक्ट करते हो जैसे इतनी इंटरनेशनल क्रिकेट खेली है और उसके कुछ अच्छे records भी हैं, अंडर 19 से आया है वो, उसका मजाक उड़ता रहता है, लेकिन वही बात है कि you expect your top order to perform.
And Sean, by the way, Sean
अच्छा खेला,
captaincy, I think I liked it. I liked what I saw.
हाँ, अच्छी थी, पॉजिटिव थे, we didn't have much to lose. Also expectations भी नहीं थी, और फील्ड सेट भी अच्छी थी, there were some good caps. Catches were really badly. हमने किए थे ना काफी ज्यादा,
बहुत ज्यादा 6 ड्रॉप किए थे पहले टेस्ट में.
So I mean उधर भी आपका मैच जो है वो sort of decide हो जाता है. ऑस्ट्रेलिया
वार्नर का तो लाजमी करना होता है,
कितने ही छोड़ सकते हो. हाँ, वार्नर ने अपने फेवर पे कितने मारे थे, 90 समथिंग मार दिए थे in his last match. But I mean it was very close and you could already see Australia sort of waning off and उनका जो रोल और दबदबा था वो भी खत्म हो रहा था, लेकिन वेस्ट इंडीज ने आके बिल्कुल ही उनको जो है वो खत्म कर दिया दूसरे मैच के अंदर, which was amazing. So a great test cricket all around, I would say, especially when people are arguing कि अभी कौन देखेगा क्या होगा. और पिछले कुछ सालों में और पिछले कुछ महीनों में हमने अच्छी टेस्ट क्रिकेट देखी है, क्योंकि अच्छी टेस्ट क्रिकेट हुई है,
टेस्ट क्रिकेट हुई है,
टेस्ट क्रिकेट भी हुई है, that's true, on a very high professional level. वेस्ट इंडीज आप एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे थे कि जो हल्के से मैचेस होंगे, इवन पाकिस्तान का लोगों ने कहा था कि बाय एन इनिंग्स या समथिंग हारेंगे, लेकिन to take it that close and to be able to almost we were able to challenge Australia. अगर आप इतने अच्छे तो फिर आप ले लो हमसे विक्ट्री, but you still have to scrape it up, which I say is very fair for a very relatively new test unit.
हमारी टीम कभी ओल्ड नहीं होगी,
हमारी टीम नहीं रही, वो हम इतने लंबे डेब्यू करा देते हैं.
डेब्यू नहीं छोड़ो, I think it's just generally the system is so fucked. I mean, we know a bit about it, but like apparently it's really worse than you can imagine. Especially with Zaka, I think I'm so glad he's gone. But
अब जो अंकल आए उनका भी नहीं पता कौन है वो.
मोनिस लाइन
नहीं, अभी like it's someone else, but again देखें the question is कि आप चाहे जो भी हो चेयरमैन, ठीक है, अगर आपका डोमेस्टिक स्ट्रक्चर नहीं अच्छा तो then you will not be able to consistently produce players who can go to a great extent. Under 19 टीम हमारी काफी promising लग रही है,
but they're up against Australia in the semi-final of the under 19 World Cup, and we always know how that goes. I hope they win, but
it would be an upset if they do. Despite the fact that they're such a great team, लेकिन ऑस्ट्रेलिया को हराना बहुत बड़ी बात होगी. We want that they do defeat Australia. They have everything with them, but it's still going to be a hell of a match, giving them a hell of a match.
And who are the potential? South Africa. Now ICC, I don't know what ICC wants. They want Pakistan India. No one watches under 19 cricket otherwise.
Yeah, हाँ, ये हो कहाँ पे रहा है? साउथ अफ्रीका में हो रही है.
बिल्कुल.
Yeah, so I mean, let's see what happens. It's really great that we've gotten to the semis even. Honestly, जिस तरह का
Undefeated.
structure है हमारा, yeah, undefeated और नसीम शाह का जो सबसे छोटा भाई है मेरा ख्याल है,
Bedshaw.
उबैद शाह,
Also
is
part
really on
of
a track.
Islamabad United now.
अच्छा हाँ,
Along with his other brother.
और बीच वाला हुमायूं शाह भी खेलता है ना क्रिकेट.
Yeah. He's in A.
अच्छा अच्छा अच्छा, very nice. So I mean, there's definitely talent there, and there are some good positive signs that we can take from this Australia tour. There's some great signs that West Indies can take away. Speaking of nations that are still very much in a developmental phase for quite a long time now, and we have a very patchy domestic structure, honestly. Or just not paisa bhi nahi hai.
Their domestic structure is
I went to really, yeah.
at this point.
But yeah, एक और टेस्ट मैच चल रहा था आज, उसके बारे में
India England, I think first test match is more important. It was a proper spinning wicket. जो इंडिया ने तैयार की थी, obviously expecting कि England को collapse करेगा. They ended up winning that test match quite convincingly actually, and I think उसके बाद वो जो एक इंडिया का भी घमंड था ना अपनी स्पिनिंग विकेट्स को लेके, वो खत्म हुआ थोड़ा, एंड दे वेंट फॉर अ कंप्लीटली फ्लैट विकेट इन द नेक्स्ट मैच जिससे ओके जिसपे बैसबॉल नहीं चल पाया.
अच्छा, इसमें
and I also do want to talk about why is baseball, why is a Kiwi coach taking all the credit for how English team is playing.
ये अच्छा सवाल है वैसे. इसमें हम एक एक्सप्लेनर भी कर सकते हैं जैसे कि बेसबॉल क्या है. So we'll probably do an explainer and then release that also. Let's do it this week. एक छोटा सा एक्सप्लेनर देंगे आपको टेस्ट क्रिकेट की बेसिक्स के बारे में, एटलीस्ट इन द कंटेम्प्रेरी टाइम्स कि बेसबॉल क्या होता है जो भी. But I will go on with your more advanced analysis of baseball.
No, well, baseball just didn't work. Zach Crawley and everybody, like the team was, I'm sure, all down for the chase, but they had to chase 399. That's not going to happen very easily in the prime.
और एंडरसन ने कहा भी था कि we will either win.
Anderson hold. Yeah, I think their approach is pretty clear. They want to win every match they play. I think they were brilliant in the first test.
वही बात है, इंडिया में हराना भी मुश्किल है.
मतलब उस pitch पे nobody saw that coming, but Hartley, I think, was the spinner, bowled so well. Rehan, or one of the bowlers, whoever wasn't given a visa in Asia, also was. Rehan was part of the second test, bowled well as well. But yeah, I think India की batting यहाँ flat wickets वाली चल गई. Jaswal was really well, or however you.
Bumrah with 6 for 45 with
6 wickets.
खूबसूरत
Gill with 100.
खूबसूरत तरीन यॉर्कर, एक वो और एक एंडरसन की रोहित शर्मा को जो बहुत
That was beautiful.
तो जसवाल ने 209 रन मारे और एक फिर उस पर आते हैं डबल सेंचुरी से. मुझे एक और चीज याद आ गई, मुझे याद दिलाना भी, थोड़ी देर तो बात करते हैं उसके बारे में. But yeah, walk us through where the series stands right now. And
It's at 1-1.
Is there
there are 5 test matches.
अच्छा.
Which I think there should have been 3 for Australia to begin with, but yeah, India, England are going for like a proper test match series. Like, I mean, we don't come up in those with such stories because
इतने पैसे भी नहीं लगाना चाहता.
I mean, probably just no interest. But yeah, they're going for 5 tests. This is going to be this is going to go on till right before the T20 World Cup.
March 11.
I mean, I think I like it. I like to see this much test cricket happening, and it's just Australia, India, and New Zealand, England playing it at this point.
अच्छा, न्यूजीलैंड से मुझे
this is a pretty good series. I think it's obviously, I think India will probably win the series, but if England manage to get another test match win, I think it's a good series for them.
कंपेटिटिव होगी. डबल सेंचुरी में न्यूजीलैंड से मुझे याद आया कि रवि रविंद्रा ने भी रचिन रविंद्रा ने भी जो है वो
डबल 100
मारी है, which is the highest ever maiden test score that anyone has ever made, which is maiden. हाँ, पहला टेस्ट स्कोर सबसे बड़ा ही है, which is huge. I mean,
240 runs is what he got in the end.
he plays everything.
What is he like? What is he? Who is he?
Yeah, like वो T20 बहुत
Who is
खूबसूरत
that?
खेलता है, ODIs खेलता है और अब टेस्ट में भी
Yeah, he
खेलना
just
शुरू
showed
कर
up
दिया।
out of nowhere in Pakistan and smashed all our bowlers, and then he's just been amazing.
Yeah. खैर overall I feel like a great season for Test cricket. अब इसके बाद T20 भी चलेंगे। मेरा ख्याल है PSL आ रहा है और फिर वर्ल्ड कप आ रहा है और IPL भी आ
It's
रहा
a
है।
new format of the World Cup. Let's talk about that. It's going to be interesting because we have a lot more associate nations joining. We're going to be facing the United States of America in one of our group matches. Ireland is the other one, I believe.
Yeah.
And then we have India.
Wow. हाँ और न्यूयॉर्क में मैच हो रहा है इंडिया पाकिस्तान का 9 जून को जिसपे मैं जाने की तो पूरी कोशिश कर रहा हूँ या I might I don't know like it's very wishy washy लेकिन अब न्यूयॉर्क का जो स्टेडियम है इस वक्त तो काफी बुरे हालात में था
अभी वो सिर्फ लॉन है
वो लॉन है तो मुझे नहीं पता उसको बना लेंगे ऑब्वियसली बहुत ज्यादा लेकिन वो कुछ ही महीने रह गए उनके पास और अब ये थोड़ा वियर्ड होगा लेकिन ये सोच समझना कि जी अमेरिका की पिचेस किस तरह की होती हैं it's going to be a tough one although I think it will be bouncy वही जो गोलों की पिचेस होती हैं वही कर लेंगे ऑस्ट्रेलिया इंग्लैंड से ड्रॉप इन करा लेंगे अल्लाह खैर चलो
वेस्ट इंडीज also hosts
हाँ वेस्ट इंडीज में भी हो रहा है ये दिस इज एन इम्पोर्टेंट वन और कुछ मैचेस टेक्सास में भी हो रहे हैं like yeah quite dystopian but let's see how this World Cup turns out it will either be extremely exciting or extremely boring I don't think it will be one of those decent World Cups या तो लोगों को बहुत बुरा लगेगा या people will just go crazy although crowd full होगा like खासकर इंडिया पाकिस्तान मैच में न्यूयॉर्क के अंदर तो जैम पैक्ड होगा और टिकटें हाथी बिक जाएंगी there is no doubt about that
I'm
Texas में भी
concerned, I'm not a fan of the format. I know we can get more associates in, but like,
हाँ कोई कितनी 15-20 टीमें
but who's going to watch Pakistan versus USA? Okay.
true
I'm spend a lot of time to be like, oh, what about the poor nations? Yeah, we should like
what poor
but like
nations?
poor nations.
America का poor
Cricket poor nations.
अच्छा cricket poor new category unlocked
There's a new class of people.
यार मुझे लगता है कि अमेरिका में भी वही खेल रहे होंगे द पटेल्स एंड शास्त्रीज एंड मोहम्मद एंड द अहमद्स तो वो आपकी डायस्पोरा की दूसरी टीम आप समझ रहे हैं कि
It's a Pakistan India team.
इट्स अ पाकिस्तान इंडिया रिजेक्टेड टीम
And Bangladesh as well.
हाँ
Yeah, it
कि
is.
जो नहीं कर सके वो तो जाके खेल लेंगे
Actually, the US has been doing that for a while. They've been getting players. I think some years from left as well.
अच्छा
A few Indian players left as well.
और फिर कोचेस वोचेस में हमारे पुराने जो बैठे हैं मोहम्मद आसिफ अमेरिका में सो आई रियली होप टू सी हिम समवेयर fit into a coaching staff at UAE. I don't know what his plans are like he is like somewhat active and he is somewhat related to cricket also now which is good तो देखते हैं क्या होता है drop by in the comments and let us know what you think of this World Cup format and especially what you think of the crazy West Indian win against Australia and who you think will win this World Cup. Take care and
Goodbye, my dear Watson.
God behind.